You're not going to believe what just happened.
What now?
He handed me a prenup.
A prenup?
Yes, 3 days before the wedding.
Wait. No. No. He waited until now to bring this up.
I was speechless. We were drinking wine on the patio. It was peaceful. Then he just slid it across the table.
My God. What did he say?
Don't take this the wrong way. It's just what people do nowadays.
I'm already taking it the wrong way, and I'm not even the bride.
I asked if his lawyer wrote it. He said his mother did.
His mother?
She had it drawn up. She even highlighted certain parts.
I'm fuming. What was in it?
Basically, if he dies or we divorce, I get nothing. Not the house, not the savings, nothing.
He's got a whole retirement fund, Claire. You two were supposed to build a future together.
I've been staying quiet for weeks, biting my tongue every time she visits. I thought I could be the bigger person, but this
is humiliating. How could he blindside you like that?
I asked if he really trusted me. He said, of course. This is just for protection.
So romantic.
I almost called off the wedding.
Wait, almost?
I signed it.
Number?
I didn't want to be the one who overreacted, and honestly, I thought, fine, let them think they're clever.
Claire, why would you?
Because I had a plan.
What kind of plan?
I didn't know yet, but I knew one thing. If they play dirty, so can I.
I'm equal parts horrified and intrigued.
Then 3 months later, she had a health scare. Mild stroke.
Deborah?
Yes, suddenly she needed help. Her house was too big. She needed somewhere safe.
Let me guess. She moved in with you two.
Oh yes, showed up with suitcases like it was a hotel.
I would have lost it.
I smiled. I cooked. I drove her to her appointments. I played the perfect daughter-in-law.
You're terrifying. I love it.
And then I found the perfect nursing home, upscale, like a spa with nurses.
Wait.
I sat her down, told her I'd help manage the transition. She said she didn't want to sign anything until Ethan saw it.
Uh-oh.
I told Ethan it was just a standard consent.
Claire, tell me you didn't.
They both signed.
What was it?
A private long-term care contract, $14,200 per month. His name's on the payment line.
You're my hero.
And because of their prenup, I'm not liable. It's his expense.
Oh my God. You weaponized their own paranoia?
I gave them what they wanted. Protection, full separation of assets.
You outplayed them?
I didn't plan it at first, but when she told him, make her sign it, or I won't come to the wedding, I knew what I had to do.
Wait, she said that?
I overheard. She thought I was asleep.
I'm shaking. I would have lost my mind.
I did, just very, very quietly.
And Ethan? What did he say when the first bill arrived?
You said this was temporary.
LMO.
I said, so was your trust in me.
Make drop.
I didn't need revenge. I just needed a reminder. If you treat love like a business, expect receipts.
You seriously said that to him?
Word for word. His face went pale.
I bet it did. $14,000 a month is a solid punch to the ego.
He thought I was joking. He actually laughed until the second bill came in.
You told him what it was, right?
Of course, I said. You signed a direct pay contract, Ethan. It's binding.
And?
He accused me of manipulating him.
He made you sign away your security, and now he's the victim?
Classic Ethan. He said, my mom's not that sick. This is excessive.
I thought she had a stroke.
She did, and 2 falls since then. She hides it from him. I see her hands shaking. I hear the confusion at night.
So she's declining.
Rapidly, but she puts on a performance for him. Full makeup, clear sentences. And then I'm the drama queen for suggesting she needs care.
I hate how manipulative she is.
You don't know the half of it. Last week, she accidentally washed my blouse with bleach, the one Ethan gave me for our anniversary.
Number?
When I confronted her, she said, oh, honey, I thought it was one of my rags.
I'd scream.
Instead, I said, no worries, I'll just charge it to the care facility next month.
You're made of steel.
More like tired silk. I'm fraying, Jane.
I know, but I also know you. You don't let go without finishing the story.
I'm trying to figure out what story this is.
It's the one where the woman everyone underestimated rewrites the ending.
I used to love him.
Past tense?
I don't even know. Some days he looks at me like a stranger, others he apologizes like a lost boy.
But still doesn't fix it.
He keeps saying, "You're overreacting." That's his favorite phrase lately.
I swear that line should come with a legal warning.
And when I ask him what he'd do if I forced him to sign away everything, he just says, "But I'd never do that to you."
But he did.
I know, and he doesn't see it.
What about your finances? Are you safe?
Oh, I made sure. Once I saw the prenup, I opened my own accounts. Everything I earn stays separate.
Good. Protect yourself.
I even refinanced my old apartment under just my name. He doesn't know.
You kept the apartment?
I never sold it. I just stopped mentioning it.
Claire. You beautiful strategist.
In case I ever needed a plan B.
This sounds so lonely.
It is, but lonelier than feeling unwanted in your own home. No.
Has she said anything about you?
You mean today, yesterday, or this morning?
Ah,
This morning she told Ethan I forgot to give her her heart pills. I didn't. I set them out at 7 a.m.
what did he say?
Just double check next time. No, thanks for helping. No, I know you're trying.
He's blind or spineless or both.
I think he's exhausted, and so am I.
I still don't understand. Why stay?
Because I want her to feel it, the slow realization that her signature cost them both more than they thought.
You mean stay just long enough?
Exactly.
How long?
Until the third quarterly payment. That's when the fee spikes. Built-in clause.
Claire?
I'll leave the day the notice arrives. Let him open the envelope. Let her ask, "How will we pay?"
And you'll already be gone.
Keys on the counter. Ring in the drawer. A note. You wanted contracts. This one's binding too.
Do you think he'll chase you?
Only if she tells him to.
Jesus.
He doesn't move unless she gives permission.
I know you wanted love, not war.
So did I, but they drew the lines. I'm just finishing the last paragraph.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
Is any part of you scared?
Terrified, but silence is worse. Silence is what got me here.
I wish I could hug you through this screen.
Just keep texting. It's keeping me sane.
Always. So, what now?
Now I act normal, smile through dinner, call the nurse tomorrow to review Deborah's file.
You're reviewing her file?
Just to make sure billing lines up with their signatures. Wouldn't want any confusion.
My God.
You wanted the full story. Buckle up.
I'm strapped in. Let's burn this whole playbook. Has she said anything about the nursing home?
Funny enough, she acts like it was her idea. Tells guests they treat me like royalty.
I guess she forgot who signed it.
Oh, she remembers. She just won't say it out loud. That's her game. Act above it all.
And Ethan, still playing the loyal son?
He's juggling. He's stressed. I see it in his shoulders, but he won't say it.
So, he just suffers in silence while she plays queen?
Pretty much. And I just refill her pill organizer like a nurse.
God, Claire, how are you not screaming?
I am, just internally.
When's the last time you two even had a real moment? You and Ethan.
I don't remember. Maybe 2 months ago. We watched an old movie together. He reached for my hand halfway through.
And?
I let him. But I stared at the screen like it wasn't even happening.
Because you're numb.
Because it felt like muscle memory, not love.
That's worse than a fight.
I'd rather he yelled. At least that's honest.
I still can't believe he blindsided you like that.
You know the worst part?
What?
There was a time I believed he was different. He used to cook for me, leave notes in my shoes, surprise me with stupid flowers.
I remember. I was jealous.
He'd say, "You've carried so much in life. Let me carry some now."
That's what made it hurt more, right?
Yes, because I didn't see it coming. The switch.
When do you think it changed?
Honestly, when his mom got involved, everything changed after that.
That woman has a way of poisoning peace.
I could handle the passive aggression, the eye rolls, but not when she started deciding how our money should be handled.
You mean pushing for the prenup?
Yes, and telling him she's been divorced, Ethan. She knows how to play the game.
How do you even respond to that?
You don't. You just stop sharing yourself, little by little.
So what now? You said third quarter is soon.
In 6 weeks, the billing cycle hits. His account gets debited automatically.
Will you be here when it happens?
I'm planning my exit, slowly, precisely.
What does that look like?
Bank appointments, forwarding mail. I already packed my jewelry and photos.
You're serious.
This is not revenge, it's retreat. I'm taking back my peace.
Where will you go?
The apartment. It's still under my name. I even had it painted last week. Light sage, clean slate.
Oh my God. I didn't know you'd gone that far.
Quiet moves, Jane. Quiet power.
I'm so proud of you.
Then why do I feel so shattered?
Because you're grieving something that never existed the way you thought it did.
That line hits hard.
Truth usually does.
You know, I found a letter from Deborah in his drawer, handwritten.
What did it say?
If anything ever happens, don't let her touch a cent. Remember who protected you first.
Jesus.
I stood there holding it and felt like someone punched me through paper.
That's venom.
I didn't cry, I just folded it back and put it where it was.
Why?
Because one day I want him to find it and wonder if I ever saw it.
And by then, you'll be gone.
Exactly.
Do you still love him?
I think I love who he used to be, or who he pretended to be.
You deserve more than pretending.
I know.
Do you ever think she did this on purpose? Like, slowly pushed you out?
I think she always hated that he smiled more when I was around.
Some mothers confuse control with love.
She never said welcome to the family, not once.
Not surprised, she doesn't seem to have a family, just followers.
And Ethan follows.
But you're done following Claire.
I'm done, but I'll leave gracefully.
No slamming doors.
No, just silence and paperwork.
The ultimate language of power in their world.
Exactly, let them read what they signed.
Have you told anyone else?
No, not even my sister. I wanted to keep the power mine until it was time.
Then let me hold space for it. Just me and you right here.
Thank you. I need that, more than I knew.
You're not alone, even if they made you feel that way.
Then stay with me until it's done.
Always. How's the silence at home lately? Still loud?
Every dinner feels like a courtroom.
What do you mean?
He watches me like he's waiting for a confession, like I'm hiding something.
You kind of are.
I know. And every time he says, "You've been quiet lately," I want to scream, "So have you?"
Has he brought up the bills yet?
Yes. Yesterday, he came in holding the envelope like it was radioactive.
And?
This can't be right. This must be some mistake.
I bet.
I calmly handed him the contract, page 6, clause 4B.
That's so specific it hurts.
He read it 3 times before speaking. Then he looked at me and said, "You knew."
Well, yeah. Someone had to know.
I said, "You told me to separate finances. I followed the rules."
And then?
He said, "This isn't what I meant."
But it's exactly what he meant.
I told him, "The prenup wasn't about trust. It was about control. Now you don't get to be surprised when control comes with costs."
Claire. Wow.
He didn't yell, didn't cry. He just left. No word, no text. Gone for hours.
Where'd he go?
His sisters. She texted me saying he's reeling.
So now you're the villain?
Apparently, for doing exactly what they told me to.
It's like they didn't expect you to actually follow their own game.
Exactly. They built the rules. I just read the fine print.
What about Deborah? Does she know yet?
I think she suspects. She's been oddly sweet lately, offering to help out with the house.
You think she's trying to stay in your good graces?
Yes, but it's too late. The wheels are already turning.
Are you packed?
Closet's empty. Suitcase under the bed. Documents filed. Mail redirect scheduled.
My heart's racing, and I'm not even doing it.
Me too. Every night I stare at the ceiling rehearsing my exit.
What does it look like?
I leave on a Thursday. He'll be at work. Deborah will be at her appointment. I'll slip out. 1 note each.
What will the notes say?
His will say, "I loved you," until you let her decide I wasn't worth trusting. Hers will just say, "Your contract is active. Enjoy the comfort."
I'm shivering.
After that, no calls, no drama, just air.
What about your heart, though?
I'll mourn it on my own terms. in my own space. No more walking on rugs waiting for them to be pulled.
This is bigger than just leaving.
I'm not just leaving, I'm reclaiming.
What's the scariest part for you right now?
Believing that I deserve peace.
You do. God, you do.
I used to think I had to earn love by shrinking, being the understanding one, the quiet one.
They trained you into silence.
And now I'm writing my own volume, page by page.
How long will you wait after you leave to tell people?
72 hours. Then I'll send one email. I'm safe. I've made a decision for my health. Please don't contact me unless it's supportive.
They'll be stunned.
Good. Silence can be deafening.
Has he said anything more since he got back?
Last night he asked me, was this always your plan?
What did you say?
No, but it became my survival.
That's devastating.
He looked like he wanted to cry, but didn't. I think he still doesn't believe I'll go.
He's in denial.
He told me, you're not like this. And I said, you never met this version of me.
That's powerful?
I feel hollow and furious at the same time.
That means the healing's already starting.
Does it? Because right now I feel like breaking plates.
Healing is messy. There's no tidy version.
I just keep remembering all the times I covered for his silences, made excuses for his absences.
Because you loved him.
Yes, and because I didn't want to fail again.
You didn't fail. He did.
I need to believe that.
Believe it until it becomes your truth.
What if he begs me to stay?
Will you want to?
Part of me will. The history, the comfort, the ache.
But the other part?
The part that remembers signing away my dignity on page 3. She'll walk.
That's the one who matters now.
I hope she's strong enough.
She is. And when she doubts, I'll be right here.
Thank you, Jane. You've seen every page of this.
I'm just the reader. You're the author. Keep writing. Even if your hand shakes. Is it today?
Yes, today's the day.
Oh my God, I have chills.
He left for work at 8:10, like clockwork. Deborah's at her physical therapy session.
Are you packed?
Suitcases in the trunk. I'm writing the notes now.
Take a breath. I know your hands are shaking.
They are. But it's a clean kind of shake, not fear, release.
Where are you headed first?
Straight to the apartment. I hired a moving company for the rest. They'll come tomorrow, supervised.
You thought of everything.
I had to. No room for hesitation.
What did you write in the notes?
Ethan says, I didn't plan to leave, but you gave me no room to stay. I hope you understand that safety isn't betrayal, it's necessity.
And hers?
Shorter. Your care is secure. You insisted on signatures. Now you're living in them.
Claire. That's brutal and brilliant.
I don't want to be cruel. I just want clarity.
Cruel is lying to someone for years. Clarity is the most generous thing you can give now.
I walked through the house one last time. Everything was quiet. Even the photos looked tired.
Did you cry?
No, I thought I would. But instead, I stood in the kitchen and whispered, goodbye. That was it.
Sometimes the loudest goodbyes are the ones without noise.
I left my wedding ring in the drawer. Top left. He'll find it.
What do you think he'll do when he reads your note?
Denial first, then anger, maybe tears.
Will he call you?
I don't think he'll dare. He'll go to Deborah first, ask her what she said, what she did.
And she'll deflect. Blame you.
Of course, but this time I won't be there to hear it.
When you get to your apartment, what's the first thing you'll do?
I bought new sheets, pale blue. First thing I'll do is make my bed, lie down, and breathe.
No more walking on eggshells. No more whispering your feelings.
I'll have music, windows open, my own key in the lock.
When you imagine that, how do you feel?
Lighter, scared, but full. Like I've made room for myself again.
I'm crying.
Don't. We've done enough crying. Now it's time to live.
Have you checked your phone since you left?
I turned off notifications. I'll check tomorrow, maybe.
Good. Give yourself that space.
He won't understand, not for a while.
He doesn't need to. Not anymore.
I wonder if she'll even realize the irony.
That she's now entirely dependent on the son she trained not to think for himself.
Yes, and that she forced me to sign a document that gave me the blueprint to dismantle everything.
It's poetic justice.
It doesn't feel triumphant, just quiet, like dust settling after a storm.
It shouldn't feel triumphant because you didn't want revenge. You just wanted to be free.
I keep replaying the first night I moved in with them. She said, "Just remember, Claire, you're marrying a family."
Ugh.
I wish I had said, "And families come with terms and conditions, I see."
She knew from the start she'd try to box you in.
I just didn't know the box would be legal, signed, notarized.
But you turned it into a door.
I walked through it this morning without slamming it.
Your silence is going to echo louder than anything you could have screamed.
He always said he loved how quiet I was. Now he'll finally see what that really means.
What time does the therapist arrive for Deborah?
In 30 minutes. She'll find my note on the counter next to her tea.
And she'll have to answer to her own son. Finally.
I won't be the shield anymore.
You don't owe her or him another ounce of yourself.
I'm learning that, slowly.
When you rest tonight, know that there's a woman hundreds of miles away sleeping easier too. Just knowing you finally put yourself first.
Thank you for being that woman.
Anytime. Every time. Forever.
Okay, pulling up now. Front door of my own place. Key in hand. This is it.
Breathe. Unlock. Walk in. It's yours.
I just did. The smell of paint and possibility.
What's the first sound?
Nothing. But for once, that silence feels like peace, not punishment.
Welcome home, Claire.
Finally.
I'm so proud of you. Any word from him?
He texted last night. 3 words. "I'm so sorry."
Just that?
And a photo of my wedding ring in his hand.
Classic emotional bait?
I didn't reply.
Good.
Then at 2 a.m., another message. "Please talk to me."
He's unraveling.
He doesn't want me. He wants the version of me that tolerated everything.
And that version is gone.
She packed her bags and left a note.
What about Deborah? Any drama?
Oh, she didn't disappoint. Ethan forwarded a message from her. "Tell her she's being childish."
Unbelievable.
I laughed, actually laughed out loud.
That's how you know you're healing.
Then Ethan tried the guilt trip. "You left her alone with strangers."
She's in a luxury facility with a personal chef. Please.
Exactly, I said nothing, just blocked his number for the weekend.
You needed space.
Yes, and it was the first weekend in years I woke up to silence and didn't feel dread.
What did it feel like instead?
Stillness, like a lake before sunrise.
I love that image.
I cleaned the whole apartment, not out of stress, just to bless it.
How's the light in there?
Gorgeous. The way it hits the walls in the afternoon, it feels like a second chance.
Have you cried?
Yes, in the shower, when I opened a drawer and realized no one had moved my things.
Sounds small, but I get it.
No one rearranged the mugs. No one left tissues in their pockets in the wash. It was just me.
And did that hurt or heal?
Both, but more healing than anything.
I'm so proud of you, Claire.
Thank you. I almost texted him, just out of habit.
What stopped you?
I remembered the sound of his silence when I asked for support.
That's powerful.
I gave that man years of loyalty, and he gave his to his mother's version of safety.
You were never the unsafe one.
I know that now.
Have you seen him in person since you left?
No, and I won't, not until I feel nothing at the thought.
And what do you feel now?
Anger, sadness, guilt, freedom, all layered, but no longing.
That's a win.
He emailed yesterday. Subject line, "Please hear me."
Ah!
I opened it because I needed to know.
What did he say?
He said he should have stood up for me, but he didn't know how.
Still playing the helpless card.
He said my mum just always had opinions. It wasn't personal.
Everything she did was personal. And he handed her the knife.
I read the whole thing, then archived it, didn't reply.
I'm glad.
He ended with, "You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Please don't let this be the end."
Claire? I'm actually shaking.
So was I. But then I stood up, opened the window, took a breath, and reminded myself I'm not a thing that happened to him. I'm a person who left.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I made tea, turned on music, and danced in the kitchen.
I wish I had a photo of that.
I'm starting to believe I can build joy again, from scratch.
You can. You are.
I even put up new curtains, yellow ones, soft, bright.
You're letting the light back in, literally and emotionally.
I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb now, except for you.
Honored. Always.
Do you know the wildest part of all this?
What?
I don't miss the marriage. I miss who I thought I was in it.
But now you get to meet who you really are.
And she's quieter, wiser, a little scarred, but stronger.
I love her already.
She doesn't flinch anymore when the phone buzzes.
She sets the terms now.
She doesn't need permission to take up space.
And when he realizes he can't find her,
He'll finally understand what he lost wasn't just a wife. It was the last person still trying to believe in him.
that's a truth he'll never outrun.
I don't need him to hurt. I just need me to heal.
And that's the most powerful thing you've said all day.
Then let that be the closing sentence for now.
You haven't messaged all day. You good?
I think I just had the weirdest morning of my life.
What happened?
He showed up at my door.
What?
Yes, Ethan, just standing there, holding a paper bag.
You're kidding.
I froze. I didn't even open the door at first, just stared through the peephole like it was a ghost.
How long had he been there?
He knocked twice, waited, then knocked again, softer, like he knew he shouldn't be there.
Did you let him in?
I opened the door halfway, just enough to say, "What are you doing here?"
And?
He held up the bag and said, "You forgot your favorite tea."
I'm sorry. What?
I blinked, literally stood there blinking like I was buffering.
Did you say anything?
I said, "That's not my favorite anymore," and started to close the door.
Did he stop you?
He stepped forward, not forceful, just desperate. "Please, Claire, 5 minutes."
Nope. Absolutely not. 5 minutes turns into 5 months.
I said, "You had years. You traded them for silence."
That's right. Hold the line.
He just stood there, bag still in hand, said, "I don't know who I am without you."
That's manipulative.
It didn't even make me feel pity. It made me feel tired.
What did you do?
I looked him in the eye and said, "Maybe now's the time to find out."
Claire,
I could see it land, like it physically hit him.
did he say anything else?
He asked, "Can we at least talk?" And I said, "You had my voice. You wasted it."
And then?
I closed the door, locked it.
Are you okay?
Yes, shaky, but steady. I sat on the floor for a while, didn't cry, just breathed.
I'm so damn proud of you.
He texted later, said, "You looked peaceful. I hated it."
He hated your peace? Wow. Just wow.
I didn't respond. He doesn't get to narrate my healing.
He had years to be your peace. And now he resents you for finding it alone.
Exactly.
Do you think he'll come back again?
Maybe, but next time I won't even open the door.
That moment was your closure, not his.
And the wild thing is, I didn't even feel tempted.
That's how you know you're free.
I thought maybe seeing him would trigger old feelings. But it didn't. It confirmed the new ones.
What new ones?
That I deserve peace without proving my worth for it.
I wish I could tattoo that on your arm.
I'm getting there. I even accepted a new job offer yesterday. Part-time consulting, flexible hours, all mine.
Oh my God, Claire. That's incredible.
It's not huge, but it's honest and quiet and mine.
That's all that matters.
Also, I bought myself a plant.
A plant?
Yep, a peace lily.
You're a walking metaphor.
I named her June.
Why June?
Because June was always the month I hated most in that house. It's when the prenup was signed.
So now it's blooming in your window instead.
Yes, and every time I water it, I remind myself something new is growing from what they tried to bury.
I don't even have words. That's poetry.
This morning, June leaned toward the sun. I think I am too.
I think you've been doing that since the day you packed.
Maybe, but it feels real now, like there's nothing left pulling me back.
Not even a shadow.
I changed the locks today, for good.
Final chapter.
New book, first page.
I hope you frame the old keys. As a reminder.
I actually threw them into the river. Dramatic, I know.
Perfect. Symbolic. Cleansing.
It felt final. The splash was louder than I expected.
So was your silence, Claire. To him, it probably sounded like thunder.
Let it echo. I don't need to hear it.
You're busy listening to yourself now. Finally,
And she's saying, keep going, don't look back.
how's today treating you?
Like a soft morning. No alarms, no rush, just peace.
What's the first thing you did when you woke up?
Made coffee, stood barefoot on the balcony, let the air touch my skin. It felt like mine.
What did it smell like?
Clean sky, a hint of jasmine from the neighbour's window. I hadn't noticed it before.
Because your nervous system was too busy surviving.
Exactly. Now it's finally listening again.
I can hear the shift in your words.
I feel it. Even my silence is softer now.
Has he reached out again?
No. I think the silence is speaking louder than anything I could have texted back.
Good. He doesn't get another chapter.
He doesn't even get a footnote.
How's June?
Thriving. 2 new leaves since yesterday. I talk to her sometimes.
I love that. What do you say?
Things like, we're still here, or look how far we've come.
I hope you say those things to yourself, too.
I'm learning. I actually stood in the mirror last night and said, thank you for surviving.
You're gonna make me cry again.
You know what else? I took myself to dinner, alone, table for one, no phone.
You brave, beautiful woman.
I ordered dessert first, and when the waitress asked if I was celebrating, I said yes.
Were you?
Yes, I was celebrating not shrinking anymore.
I wish I'd been there to raise a glass with you.
You were, in my mind. Every step of this, you were beside me.
I'll take that. Always.
I realized something sitting in that restaurant.
What?
I used to believe love was about staying, enduring, tolerating.
And now?
Now I think real love is about choosing peace, even when it means walking away.
That's not walking away. That's walking toward something better.
I'm no longer afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of betraying myself.
And you won't. Not again.
No, the cost is too high.
Have you started writing again?
A little. Not stories. Letters to myself. To the version of me who stayed too long.
What do you tell her?
That I forgive her. She did what she thought was love.
And what does she say back?
That she's proud I finally listened.
I hope you print those letters. Frame 1.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll put it over the kitchen sink. So even when I'm scrubbing dishes, I remember I chose this peace.
It's not easy peace. It's earned. Sacred.
Exactly. I don't want perfect. I want honest and quiet and mine.
I think you've redefined what home means.
I think I found home. And it was never a house or a man or a last name. It was being able to exhale in my own body.
I want to write that on my wall.
Then do it in big, bold ink.
What's next for you?
Maybe a trip. Just me, somewhere green, somewhere that asks nothing of me.
Can I come?
Laughing maybe, but only if you're okay with silence sometimes.
I'll bring snacks and listen to the trees with you.
Perfect. No explanations, no plans, just presence.
I'm so proud of you, Claire.
I'm starting to be proud of me too.
You should be. You've climbed out of something most people don't even know how to name.
I'm still figuring out the words, but the feeling is there, like light under my skin.
You're glowing. I can hear it through the screen.
Thank you for being my mirror through all this.
Always. You showed me what quiet strength really looks like.
One day, when I'm ready, I might even love again.
And next time, it'll be someone who speaks your language.
Someone who doesn't flinch at my silence, who doesn't ask me to sign away my worth.
And until then, you've got you. And that's more than enough.
It finally feels like it is.
You sounded different on the phone yesterday. Lighter.
I feel lighter, like something finally let go inside me.
What changed?
I woke up and didn't brace myself for the day. No armor, no mental rehearsal.
And no weight on your chest.
Exactly. Just breath and breakfast.
It sounds simple, but I know how long it took to get here.
5 years of silence, 2 years of pretending, 3 months of planning, and 1 moment of walking out.
And now?
Now I'm just living, not performing.
You're glowing in your texts. Is that possible?
Maybe. I've started smiling at strangers again, not from fear, from softness.
You used to flinch when someone rang the doorbell.
Now I open it, even if it's just the mail.
What's the best part of your day lately?
Reading in silence, uninterrupted. No one needing anything, just pages and tea.
What book?
Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's unlocking something ancient in me.
Of course it is. You are one of those women.
I used to think I was too old to start over.
You're not starting over. You're starting true.
That's exactly how it feels. This isn't a reset, it's a return.
Do you still think of him?
Less and less. And when I do, it's like watching a movie I've seen already. No need to stay till the end.
What's the strongest memory that used to hurt but doesn't anymore?
Our last vacation. He kept checking his phone. I kept pretending not to notice. Now I see that moment clearly, and I just feel distance.
You're healing.
I'm remembering who I was before someone made me prove I was worthy of staying.
And who is she?
She's calm, curious. She walks slower, eats slower, doesn't apologize for asking for quiet.
I love her.
I do too, more every day.
Do you ever miss the noise?
No, I used to think silence meant something was wrong. Now I know it's where I meet myself.
That's so beautiful.
I even went to a farmer's market alone last weekend. I spoke to a woman selling honey. We talked for 20 minutes.
That's such a Claire thing to do.
She said, "You seem grounded," and I nearly cried.
She saw you. Really saw you.
And she didn't see a woman who left. She saw a woman who arrived.
Exactly. You're no longer running. You're rooted.
I think I'm going to plant something on the balcony. Maybe lavender.
Do it. Claim that space with life.
I want to tend to things that don't take from me.
That line belongs in a book.
Maybe I'll write one. Not a memoir, just stories from the quiet.
I'd read every word.
Even the broken ones.
Especially those. That's where the light leaks in.
I've stopped asking why he didn't choose me.
Why?
Because I finally realized I don't need to be chosen to have value. I am the choice.
That's it. That's the whole truth.
I wasted so many years trying to earn a seat at a table I didn't belong at.
You built your own table now.
Yes, and everyone at it brings kindness, or they don't sit.
I want to toast to that.
I'll light a candle instead for every version of me that made it here.
I hope one day we sit at your table together. For real.
You're always welcome. No RSVP needed.
I'll bring wine and a plate full of joy.
I'll bring my whole self, finally.
No edits. No shrinking.
No pretending.
Just Claire, as she is.
And that's more than enough.
So, how does it feel? The last day of the chapter?
Quiet, not heavy. Just quiet in a different way. Like a room after guests leave and you're finally barefoot again.
Was there a moment this week when you knew for sure you'd healed?
Yes. I walked by a couple arguing in the parking lot, and instead of flinching, I just kept walking, calm.
No flashbacks?
None. No ache, no echo, just distance, like watching a storm in someone else's sky.
I'm holding that image close.
I think that's how you know, when their thunder doesn't shake your windows anymore.
So what now? Where do you go from here?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying, here, in this, in me.
That might be the bravest thing you've done.
I spent so many years running towards something, or away from something. Now I'm just standing, not hiding, not hoping, just being.
And who are you now, Claire?
I'm someone who knows what her silence means, who doesn't need to explain why she left, who understands her worth without an audience.
You don't just sound different, you are different.
I look in the mirror now and recognize the woman staring back, not as someone unfinished, but as someone unfolding.
I want to paint that. Frame it.
Frame yourself first. Hang your own strength on the wall.
Has he reached out again?
Once last week. I hope you're okay.
Did you answer?
No, and I didn't need to wrestle with it. The answer was just no.
Freedom doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it's just clarity.
Exactly. And the clarity is louder than closure.
Do you miss anything?
Not the man, not the house. Maybe the idea of being chosen. But even that feels smaller now.
Because you chose yourself.
And now I know how to keep choosing her, daily, in the smallest ways.
What's something you did today that made you feel powerful?
I said no to a dinner invite I didn't want. No explanation, just no thank you.
How did that feel?
Like a prayer, like honesty.
And what's something you did today that made you feel tender?
I bought tulips, not for an occasion, just because they looked alive.
I'm gonna cry again.
It's okay, we've cried through so much. It's time the tears mean beauty, not survival.
I wish I could hug you.
You have, every time you answered, every time you asked, how's your heart, instead of what happened.
I didn't fix anything. I just stayed.
And that's what healed me, not advice, just being seen without being corrected.
Then thank you for letting me stay.
I think part of healing is learning who to keep.
So, who's staying in your life now?
People who don't make me small to feel big, people who don't fear my quiet, people who cheer when I choose myself.
Then I'm staying forever.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
So, one last question.
Hit me.
If you could go back, would you do anything differently?
No, because every bend, every silence, every sharp word taught me something. Even the pain was a teacher.
And what did it teach you?
That peace isn't something you ask for, it's something you claim.
I want that tattooed on my soul.
Get matching ones with me over the ribs, where we used to hold our breath.
Deal. I'm tearing up again.
Let them fall. These tears are earned, these ones clean.
I love you.
I love me too, finally.
God, that's the most powerful sentence in the whole story.
Then let it be the last line, the one I get to keep.
Say it again.
I love me too.